hello, YouTube. How are you all doing? This is Anne with Real Life Concerns. I would like to say to you, all my subscribers and viewers, Happy New Year's. I know it is a little bit late, but it's better late than never. What do you say about that? Okay, now I hope you're all keeping yourself safe and looking after each other. All right, please remember when you're going out to wear your mask, and this is to protect yourselves, your family, and in turn our community. Now, with that out of the way, I had a request from one of my subscriber in regards to universal credit and the commitment from a claimant. All right. Um, now, universal credit is never going to change. I don't believe so anymore. I was hoping, I'm still hoping that it will change and it will work in lines with people's needs, because so far they are failing. They are failing seriously. Anyways, let's continue to open. Let's continue to do what we must do in order to get our payment. Because for the commitment, someone was asking, what is the commitment of a claimant um, for universal credit? For you to get universal credit, you have to sign and agree that you will commit to providing all the information that they need, and you will also have to commit into active seeking work if you are in that category. Okay, so in exchange, basically, in exchange for receiving universal credit, you have to agree to that terms and condition that you will provide information needed when required, and you will also active seeking employment. It's going to be very tough in this time, but hey ho, that's what they required. Now, I've opened up my universal credit account, because when you sign up to universal credit, you will have they will give you they will give you what number? I forgot what number it is. It's like a 12 digit, 16 digit long number. And you must keep that number in a safe place, because you will need it at some point. You won't need it all the time, but you will need it at some point. So you must keep that number safe, because if not, you will have to call them and they will have to reissue you with that number. And you might be waiting for payment until this thing is resolved, depending on what you need that number for. Okay, so when you apply for universal credit, you will have to open a universal credit account online, so you can manage that account online. That is where you will provide the information that they need from you. So when you do the account, you will go to your home page, where it has things like to do on your journal, your to do list, and your journal. In the home page, you will find things like where you report change in circumstances. There is a drop down for advance, and I think this is if you applied for their advance payment or credit, you will have to pay that back if you apply for it. And I think there is a criteria you have to kind of fit to sort of be eligible for this advance payment. Also, in there, you have my commitment. That is between you and your work coach. Your commitment. The work coach will set you your commitments. I don't have one personally, so I don't know fully how that works. But I think it is along the line where your work coach will set commitments for you, and you have to make sure that you achieve those commitments. Okay? Also, you have how to manage your universal credit claim. I never have to use that, so I don't know what it really means. But if you click on it, it tells you all sorts. Things like you can make appointments, how to use your account, how to first apply for universal credit, and things like that. So once you open up your once you got your account all set up, this will all be in there for you. Okay, and another side, as on the other hand as well, you have had a note. So this is to your journal, right? Add a note to your journal. So this is where you'll go and talk to your work coach, or to send a message to Universal Credit. They're pretty quick in replying to the messages that you put on there, because they have offices all over. I didn't know there is like people work from everywhere. I think all the job centers around. Yeah, because I have people pick up messages from myself um, in Bristol. I have messages come back from my local area, Walston, the next town from me, and things like that. So they're pretty quick in picking up the messages that you leave on there, and they will reply to you and take it from there. You also find your payment in there. So you can click on that and see your future payments, or you can see a history of payments that have already been made to yourselves. And also job applications. I never had to use that, but it is there also. If you're interested in applying for a job or interviewing, things like that, it is there. So that is one part. Okay. Um, you also have your to-do list. This is where they send you messages as well, right? Like for instance, if you're in work and they want you to report your earnings for that particular month, or any particular month. Um, that is where you'll find they send an email or send you a message to alert you that you should go into your account, and you would reply by doing the to do the to do. Okay, so that, and on the other hand as well, you have your journal. In your journal, this is where you can send messages as well. Yeah, you can click on there and say add to your journal. So if you want to send off a message to anyone, then you drop it in there, and it will go. And like I said before, that they pick it up quite quickly and reply to you, and then you can go back and reply to them via the same thing, basically. So for universal credit, everyone has their own criterias. It all depends on who you are, your situation, if you have children or a child, or if you're single, or if you're a couple, if you're disabled. So it's all, or if you have long term illness. You don't have to be disabled. You can have long term illness and also be eligible for universal credit on top of something else. So, uh, yeah, that is part of the universal credit process. I don't know if this answers your question fully, but if it did not, just let me know specifically what you'd like me to talk on, and I will do my best to try and research that for you and answer that for you as well. Now, still on the topic of universal credit, we all know coming April that our universal credit will change, and they are going to give us a little increase. It is going to be 0.05. I hope I get that right. I think it is 0.05 percent, which, to be honest, is nothing, because maybe 30 pence here and there per week, or 50 something pence per week, depending on your situation, and the claim that you made. Also, that another thing that they have already started this, but they're saying coming April this will be introduced as well. But I know for a fact they have already started this. Is that if you have a child, or one of your child living with you, or anyone living with you who is over the age of 18, you cannot claim for them anymore. And when I'm saying claim for them, you can't claim housing benefit as part of your universal credit for this person anymore, because they are now saying that they can do that on their own. They are now wanting anyone over the age of 18 to pay their own housing benefit and council tax benefit too. I know the council tax benefit was something that was going on before, but as a parent with a child 18, and you used to include them onto your benefit, it is no longer going to be so. It is already no longer so. But come April, it is definitely no longer going to be that way. So even if your child is at home and not working or studying or something like that, they will have to make their own application for housing support and council tax support. You won't be able to do that on their behalf anymore. That is something that I found out the other day, but I heard it happens to a friend daughter. She had a son who is now, I think, 20 years old, and they were claiming this young man's income as part of the whole household. The mom is not working, she's on benefits, she's on long term sick, and she's not working. So they were now using this young man's income to towards the household. So in that respect, they estimated, because they did not wait, and this is why I don't like universal credit too much. They don't give you time. They don't give you time to reply to their demand. Okay? Because this is a demand. They demand you to provide these information, but they don't give you enough time to provide these demand. Also, we are going through this pandemic, which slows a lot of things down, because if you want to say, for instance, get a letter from a college to say, prove that your child is in full-time education, then that is going to take some time, because it's not like you can go into college and says, go to reception and says, can I get this and that, as evidence towards whatever you want it for, and it be given to you. You have to now wait, and it is now either post to your home address, which they are now trying to do, instead of emailing it across to you now, and it takes time. So now you'll find yourself in a little bit of problem with universal credit and maybe your local housing association or housing council, in terms of these things, because like I said, they don't give enough time. But that is something that you will look out for, and when it do come your way, please don't hesitate to get on it as quick as possible, because these people are not waiting for you. Okay, I hope that this does answer some questions or all questions, but if there's anything else that I've left out, please don't hesitate to let me know about this, and I'll do my utmost to to get it out as soon as possible. I've not been feeling so well myself. I have right now, I have a banging headache on this side of my head. And I also had I catch the flu. Well, not the flu. I went outside and got stuffy and all that, sneezing for a few days, and that was it. I'm getting over it now, which I'm happy to say. But in the meantime, we're still going through a pandemic. Please look after yourself, because even though I have not heard of anyone else other than this one person I heard of, who is my subscriber and my viewer. I hope you and your family is doing much better. I have not heard from you for a while. Please drop me a line to let me know that you're safe and well. I would appreciate that very much. So just continue to look after yourself, please, and look after your family, and so that we can get out of this situation that we are in as quick as possible. Because I did say that I believe that the businesses should now come together and says enough is enough, and ask the government to stop this now, because I know that a lot of you won't have any businesses soon, because this lockdown seems to be extending instead of coming to an end. But I'm not here to talk about that corona and pandemic at the moment. It's just to do a little thing on universal credit. Now, universal credit is okay so far for me. It is stable, and I do believe this. Once you get it all worked out, it remain in a stable way until your circumstances change. Then that's when you'll see that you might have a little bit of hiccups there. But I hope for anyone who is going through and going through hardship at this moment in time in regards to this universal credit, I hope for a speedy um, end and success for your sake and your family, before it gets worse, that you can't hold out or bear things, because I know what that is like, to want to provide for your children, to want to provide for your family, and you're unable to do so because of a financial strain. So, like I said, I hope universal credit does fix itself and start working in favor of the claimants and not working for the government, because so far it is working for the government and not the claimants. Anyway, take care of yourself. I wish you all the best for this new year 2021. I'm excited for 2021. And I wish you all the best for you and your family. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel as of yet, please do so. Like and share, and click that notification, so whenever I drop a video, you'll be notified, and I hope it does what it's supposed to do. Anything at all, I'm always here. Drop me a line. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye for now. Don't tell me this thing is happening again. Last time I want to end my video and I could not, and I'm having the same issue again. What is going on?